Okay, so we are going through this book here, and sorry, hey, I'm in class. I'll have to call you back. Love you too, bye. And we're just doing some of the exercises, and we're in chapter 1, and so it's the first semester I've used this book in the class. And we're on page 8, we're doing exercise 1.3. Experiment to measure the difference in running time between our potentially inefficient versions and the one that uses strings join. Section 1.6 illustrates part of the time package, and section 11.4 shows how to write benchmark tests for systematic performance evaluation. So we already did some benchmark tests. And so if we want to evaluate, we have here version 1, and then we also have version 3 right here. Those are the two ones. I'm going to save this file. We'll create a new file. There's chapter 1. Where should I create this? I guess I'll create it in, I'll open up there we go, this also. And I think if one is, it only opens one at a time, is that right? I don't see the other one anywhere. And window, that's okay. We can do it this way. And we're at 51 is the last one, and I need to rename those to 0, 50, and this one's 0, 51. All right, so I'm going to create a new folder. It'll be 052 and benchmark. And it's in the wrong location. Could drag it out. There we go. And then create a new main.go. And then I'm going to go to my terminal. And right now I'm in echo 2. I'm going to cd up to echo 1. And I'm going to just cat main.go. And so now I could copy this function. So that's my function to do the arguments. And this will be package main. And then we'll have func main. And then down here we'll have this func. And we'll call this echo 1. And then it's going to go separator and string and length and save it to bring in the package OS. So it'll go through the os.args and then join them together with a separator and a new line and then print them all out. And so here in main we could call echo 1. And then we could go get echo 3. So cd up a level and go into echo 3. And then cat that out. We could copy this one. And we could put that here and call it echo 3. And save that to bring in the strings package, and we'll go from 0 on up and add in a new line. And then we'll, and then it prints it there. It's all part of the same deal. And then we could call echo 3. And then we could run that. So cd documents, and this is CIT90. And it's 052, is it? Go run main.go. And so it only put out the executable, but if we did it with a path, A, B, C, or with command line arguments, we C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, whatever. It prints out each argument passed in. And we're getting that from os.args, right? And so now we want to do benchmark tests. And so to remind ourselves how to do benchmark tests, we could go to godoc and package testing. And if you ever forget what is the name of a package, if you just go to godoc, and you're like, oh, I want to do test right? And testing. Package testing provides support for automatic testing of Go packages. Or maybe it does. What comes up if you're like, oh, benchmark, you know? And those are all third-party packages, so it doesn't get you there. But you could also go to golang.org and go to Documents, and then go, I guess Packages takes me there. So there are all the packages of the standard library, but also I could get there by going to package documentation, and that for standard library, Go standard library is what you see there. And so then I could look in here for test, right? And there's HTTP test or testing, or I could look for bench in here, and benchmarks to make sure Go as it is developed, and it's a sub-repository, and Golang X. Interesting. But if we look at package testing, we see that we need to do for a test, this name, where it's got to have test, and then something else starting with the capital letter T, testing, and then we do our want and got, which we saw at the beginning. Or for benchmarks, we do the benchmark and then the name, and then that parameter, and then we do this here to run it. And so for description of the testing flags, see here testing flags, and then the benchmark function must run the target code bn times. Bn is adjusted until the means loop must, and benchmark needs expensive, and go test parallel. All right, and then I'm just looking to see what the command line is to run it. We'll figure that out in a second, but first let's write our benchmarks. And we looked at this before. So to look at what we wrote at the very beginning, testing, redone, and then benchmarking, we did main_test.go. We put our benchmarks in there. And so I'm going to create a new file here, and it will be main_test.go. And then this will be package main. And we're going to have a func, and it's going to be benchmark, and it's going to be echo1, and then it's going to be b, and it's pointer to testing.b. And I'm not sure I got that right, so I'm going to go back and look. And we got benchmark hello, b testing.b. That looks good. And then we need that loop right there. So just to get the muscle memory, I will type it and model that. And it's going to be I is less than b dot n and I plus plus. And then we could call echo1. And so we're just going to run that a bunch of times and see how long it takes. And then we'll do the same thing for func benchmark echo 3, I think it was. B, it's a pointer to testing.b. And then we're going to do for I colon equals 0, I is less than b dot n, I plus plus. And we're going to do echo 3 and call that. And we could just kind of look at the one we wrote before, right? We called complet and make way, so the same thing. And now we could compare these and see how they go. And to do that at the terminal, we have godoc, we have go help. And go help, you can put in a command. And so we've got test, right? So I could do go test and go help test right here, go help test. And I'm just looking test flag, testing flags, go help test flags. So go help test flag. And we could take a look at these test flags. And so I typed go help test flag where? Here, I typed it right at the top. There we go. Go help test flag is right there. And so go test command takes both flags that apply to go test itself and flags that apply to the resulting test binary. Several of the flags control profiling and write and execution profile suitable for go tool p profile. Run go tool p profile for more information. Allocate space, objects, show bytes. Following flags are recognized by go test command and control the execution of any test. Go test -bench reg expressions. Run only those benchmarks matching a regular expression. By default, no benchmarks are run. To run all benchmarks, use -bench period or -bench equals period. The regular expression is split by unbracketed slash characters into a sequence. So regex bench time t. Run enough iterations of benchmark to take t specified as time duration so we could set the time. So we're just going to do bench -bench period. So we will, right now we are in 52 benchmark. We're going to do go test -bench period. And so, wow. And with all of that printing, it's hard to kind of see which one. So I'm going to go back and modify our code. And echo 3, we'll just take out the print. And we'll assign this. But then S is never used. It's running each of those each time. So here's where we'll print. Take the print out there, and we will return S. So this returns a string now, and we will return a string here. And so we'll return this. And then up here, we'll do S : equal. And S3, we'll do that S3, and this is S1 : equal. And then we can do print line S1 and S3. And now we'll do this again. So it took version 1 152 nanoseconds per operation. And it took version 3, 77.5 nanoseconds per operation. And then it passed. And it just ran those two functions. We didn't get a printout of the command line arguments. If we were to do go run main.go, you know, we got a printout of the command line arguments. Right, they're all the command line arguments. So the strings.join to take everything that's in a slice, and we don't need the 0 there, to take everything that's in a slice and then join it with this as a separator is twice as fast as manually kind of putting it together, because if you look at join, right, join, give me a slice of strings and the separator and return a string, and it has a switch case, and so if the length of A is 0, return nothing. Case 1, case 0, if the length of A is 1, return A 0, the first argument. And then otherwise, length separator times length A minus 1 separator is equal to n. And then n is used this is going to give us a number, this is going to give us a number, we multiply them together, and then we get length of A and plus equal that. So here we're getting, like, I guess the length and n. Anyhow, standard documentation, this is much quicker. In var b builder, we'd have to look up what type builder is. So here it's going to give it to us, is address, pointer to builder, and a slice of bytes. So anyhow, that's The first 3 exercises on page 8, 1.3, we're going back to benchmarking and just kind of comparing our code. Anybody have any questions about that? Yeah. Now I'm going to stop this video.